You're watching Ask Dr. Dora. Real questions, real answers, real transformation.
Hello and welcome to Ask Dr. Dora. I'm Dr. Dora Dixie, board certified in family medicine and addiction medicine. Ask Dr. Dora, my virtual medical ministry, is used to share knowledge about addiction medicine, substance use disorders, and the magnificent bodies we live in. Knowledge is power, and the more knowledge we have about how the body functions, the better care we can give it for improved and hopefully optimal health. The topic for today is for the brave at heart, who are determined to stop opioids on their own, at home, without going to a detox center. So let the games begin. Over the 30-plus years, I've been detoxing patients in inpatient settings. Family members and acquaintances have asked for advice on how to detox themselves. Either there was no insurance to cover an inpatient detox. They'd been inpatient so many times, they didn't want the rules. They just were determined to do it on their own, or any number of other reasons. Let's review what opioid withdrawal looks like. Day 1, 6 to 12 hours after the last use. Early withdrawal begins. Common symptoms are anxiety or restlessness, drug cravings, runny nose, sweating, yawning, watery eyes, trouble sleeping, mild muscle aches. What's happening? The brain's opioid receptors suddenly lack stimulation. The nervous system becomes overactive. Day 2, symptoms intensify. Common symptoms are dilated pupils, chills, and goosebumps, increased sweating, muscle and joint pain, nausea, irritability, strong cravings, insomnia. Many people describe this stage as flu-like. Day 3. For many people, this is the worst day. Common symptoms are severe muscle and bone pain, abdominal cramps, nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, restlessness, anxiety or panic, rapid heart rate, high blood pressure, insomnia. People often feel extremely uncomfortable, exhausted, but unable to sleep. This is the day many will relapse. Day 4. Symptoms remain strong, but usually start to slowly improve. Common symptoms are continued diarrhea, fatigue, body aches, reduced appetite, chills, and sweating, irritability. Sleep may begin to improve slightly. Day 5. Most physical symptoms begin to ease. Common symptoms are lingering fatigue, mild stomachache, anxiety, sleep disturbance, low mood. Energy is still very low. Day 6 and 7, the acute withdrawal phase is mostly over. Common symptoms are still insomnia, depression, irritability, fatigue, and drug cravings. These symptoms can last weeks in some people. After the first week, post-acute withdrawal syndrome occurs. This is called pause. Symptoms may include low motivation, mood swings, poor sleep, anxiety, intermittent cravings. This stage can last weeks to months, but it gradually improves. To learn more about the symptom-targeted over-the-counter protocol for do-it-yourself opioid detox, and to help me get the word out, push the subscribe button right now. My first response for people asking to detox on their own was to go inpatient for safety and comfort. But when they said no, I strongly encouraged everyone to plan for success and get everything you think you might need for the next 7 days. My go-to list for over-the-counter treatments includes loperamide, ibuprofen, Dramamine, meclizine, Benadryl or diphenhydramine, melatonin, magnesium, multivitamins, vitamin C, vitamin B complex, L-theanine, which helps with relaxation, calms focus, and improves sleep, electrolyte drinks, ginger and peppermint tea, food that is easy to digest, and many rehydration products. I tell them to have several sets of clean bed linen and changes of comfortable clothes because you will sweat a lot and you may soil yourself and the bedding. Get a support team of a few people you trust. Go outside for at least 15 minutes every day for some fresh air. And if you are on medication for other medical problems, continue to take them as prescribed. Plan the day to begin the detox. The symptom-targeted over-the-counter comfort protocol for muscle aches, bone pain, and headaches, and resurfacing of chronic pain blunted from the opioid use. I tell them to take ibuprofen or naproxen, but not to exceed the daily recommended dose that's on the bottle. And if you can't take those, take acetaminophen. But the ibuprofen works better. For the diarrhea, take loperamide, but don't take more than the recommended dose because you increase the risk of an abnormal heart rhythm. I do not believe 2 to 3 loose watery stools per day at the beginning of withdrawal need to be aggressively treated because opioids cause constipation. The colon probably needs to be flushed anyway. Please stay hydrated. Nausea and vomiting, take Dramamine, meclizine, ginger or ginger supplements, flat ginger ale, ginger candy, ginger tea, all help. For the insomnia and anxiety, diphenhydramine, doxylamine, melatonin help. Whichever one helps, take it as prescribed. And again, stay hydrated. Dehydration makes everything feel worse. Electrolyte drinks or oral rehydration solutions are absolutely necessary. Drink enough to keep your urine light yellow or clear. If you believe in nutritional supplements, take them. Some addiction medicine clinicians add nutritional support because opioid use often causes nutrient depletion. The core supplements are magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate. Those reduce muscle cramps and may help restless leg if you have it, and it may help you sleep. Vitamin C may reduce withdrawal severity. The vitamin B complex support the nervous system recovery, and the L-theanine has a mild calming effect without sedation. Gastrointestinal support, again, are the ginger and peppermint products. They soothe the stomach. Probiotics may help with the diarrhea and replace healthy gut flora. Diet during withdrawal is simple foods that are easy to digest, like bananas, rice, soup or broths, toast, yogurt. These are easy on the stomach and may help with the nausea. During drug use, the brain is asleep, and when the drugs are gone, the whole brain wakes up, and restlessness, irritability, unpleasant emotions soar. Try heat therapy, hot baths or showers, heating pads for muscle pain. Heat can significantly reduce muscle tension and chills, body aches. Light physical movement, such as walking, stretching, and even yoga. Movement temporarily improves symptoms. It helps with sleep restoration. Strategies for that are a dark, cool room, consistent bedtime. And if you nap all day, I promise you, you will not sleep all night. Melatonin and antihistamine and Benadryl are sleep aids. Harm reduction advice. People attempting home withdrawal should know withdrawal is extremely uncomfortable, but usually not life-threatening. Risk increases if there is severe dehydration, pregnancy, or heart disease. Concurrent alcohol or benzodiazepine withdrawal makes everything worse. Medical care is strongly recommended when possible. The most effective medications for withdrawal remain buprenorphine, methadone, lofexidine, a non-opioid medication used to reduce the severity of withdrawal symptoms, like clonidine. These significantly reduce withdrawal severity. If you learned something helpful or provocative, please subscribe so we can create more presentations that can help people in the struggle who want a way out and give encouragement to those affected by their own or someone else's substance use disorders. Help is available at FindTreatment.gov, 1-800-662-HELP. And if you want faith-based treatment options, they are available as well. Thank you for tuning in to the Ask Dr. Dora podcast. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.